Every once in a while, a horror director joins a project that is slightly different than what they're used to. It's out of their comfort zone, but not too much so, to the point where they can introduce certain elements that they are already familiar with doing. Andy Muschietti is directing The Flash, and I cannot be more excited. Look, a lot of people have been hypercritical of the direction this movie is taking, and I can see why. It's not a one-for-one retelling of the Flashpoint storyline, but once you start to look past that, it really becomes noticeable that we may have something special coming our way. The Flash must be great, because it is tasked with introducing the broader audience of moviegoers with DC's speedster, Barry Allen. It has to, and I mean absolutely has to, outshine Ezra Miller's Reign of Terror. And it unfortunately seems to be the final installment to everything Zack Snyder has built before with his Snyderverse trilogy, as well as the Wonder Woman films by Patty Jenkins and the Shazam movies by David F. Sandberg. Look, I get that the CW had a Flash show too. I even watched the first few seasons. But you gotta admit, this version of The Flash isn't perfect. It might be a little more accurate to the comics, but in my opinion, which is what all this video really is, The Flash in Zack Snyder's Justice League beat CW's Flash on almost every level. I loved every second that Barry Allen was in the film. The scenes with Billy Crudup's Henry Allen were quite emotional, and they held weight to the overall story. Every line in this scene matters, and that's something I personally struggle with as a writer sometimes, so when I see it done well, I can't help but give credit where credit is due. Cyborg might be the heart of Zack Snyder's Justice League, but Barry Allen is the legs. The film is able to stand and truly runs to great lengths because of him. It also seems like this movie is more of a follow-up to Zack's Justice League rather than Joss Whedon's Justice League. So if that's the case, I really hope more people go back to HBO Max and watch Zack Snyder's Justice League for Barry Allen. WB did the smart thing of bringing back Michael Keaton's Batman, which will definitely draw in a larger crowd. This could even be the gateway for those Keaton fans to become Flash fans. Secondly, this film must outshine Ezra Miller's Reign of Terror. Look, there's not much I can really say to defend them, other than that most of the headlines seen about them are very much over-exaggerated. They're not exactly a groomer like some people believe. I get that it takes a lot of effort to do some basic research, but come on now. I guess some people really just eat up whatever's thrown at them. Ezra definitely fucked up, but I still hope to see their Flash show up in later installments if they get the proper mental help. Maybe they were on the wrong meds? I don't know. Alright, I'm not Ezra Miller, but we gotta give people the benefit of the doubt. Thankfully, Michael Keaton's Batman is in this film, like I said earlier, because it will kind of overshadow some of that stuff a little bit, I think. The nostalgia will blind people, and they might actually be able to view this film as a story about the Flash. Yeah, I mean, it includes Batman, but, you know, without having to have all the baggage of the in-real-life stuff that Ezra Miller did. This is also a story about the Flash, and I'm hoping that Michael Keaton being in the movie is kind of a gateway, and I really hope that with him in the film, people are able to fall in love with this version of the character of the Flash, as well as get a final installment with Michael Keaton as Batman, who I would love to see in a Batman Beyond movie, by the way. I am really disappointed that that's not happening. Come on, WB. What the hell is the matter with you? Anyway, that's besides the point. I mean, but seriously, if the original plan was to just replace Batman and Superman, which it seems like it is the case anyway, first of all, Michael Keaton's Batman, really? Like, I don't think this version would work as a Batman instead of Ben Affleck's. I think they're both very different. I don't know, man. It just was a bad idea to try to mix that universe with the Batgirl movie by having J.K. Simmons, Jim Gordon from the Ben Affleck movies with Michael Keaton Batman. You know, it just doesn't make any sense, and I know they were trying to do something different with it. You know, I'm really glad that we're just getting another Batman, because I'd much rather do that than have Michael Keaton come back. I would love to keep him in his own universe. I think the Batman duology by Tim Burton is great, and I would love to see that expanded in the third film. I do consider Batman Forever a little bit a part of that canon. Batman and Robin can go suck a fucking nut. It's fucking terrible, so I don't really consider it a part of that universe. But I do like to think Batman Forever takes place in that universe. And if not, there is some great Batman comics from I think the original movie screenwriter Sam Hamm that are an actual continuation of Batman Returns, which I'm thinking of actually looking into, because I really wish we got a continuation of Batman Returns, and I'm glad we're getting Michael Keaton one last time, and I really hope we see him again in the Batman Beyond film or something like that, because first of all, Batman Beyond would be a great name for the third film in that series. Anyways, that's besides the point. Okay, last but not least, The Flash seems to be the final installment to Zack's universe of DC. I'm thankful that we'll get to see the DC Trinity one last time, with Superman and Black Adam, Wonder Woman and Shazam, and, Batman and The Flash. I really hope Henry Cavill's Superman is able to swoop in somehow in The Flash. I heard something about him filming a scene. I really hope it makes it to the final cut, because this is probably going to be the last time we see him, and it's really sad, and it really sucks that James Gunn is recasting. I know he's saying that he's technically not, but no, you are. You definitely are. It really sucks because I just made a video on how much I love James Gunn and Zack Snyder's movies. I really wish the two of them could have worked together this time and uniting this universe a little bit. Maybe even just cleaning up continuity. And I still think Superman Legacy might have a chance of being great, but I would have preferred getting a Man of Steel trilogy first. And it's just a damn shame. James Gunn definitely has a lot to prove, because Man of Steel is, for me, one of the greatest comic book films of all time. I didn't even like the film when I first saw it. It just really grew on me over time, and I'm really glad I kept giving it another chance, because I really like the film. Overall, I really hope The Flash is able to close out the DCEU on a spectacular note. I'm sure it will, since James Gunn has even stated how much he loves the movie. If that's even true.
Well, that moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love that resets the entire DC universe.
I hope The Flash gains more traction as a character for the future. I do see a lot of potential in a sequel with this character, and I hope it's all enough to outweigh the whole Ezra Miller scandal. Anyways, guys, that's it for the video. Sorry I haven't uploaded in like a month. Life's been getting a little busy again, but I'm still going to be making videos, so stay tuned for the next one. Don't forget to leave comments on what you thought of the video, and let me know if you're excited for The Flash.